Right, we were talking earlier this week about Hollywood star Olivia Wilde and her relationship with Harry Styles. Well, Harry fans don't despair because apparently Olivia isn't a fan of long-term love and has previously said that all relationships should have a 7-year end date. So, could you be onto something? Should all good things come to an end, Kaye?
Oh, well, sorry, Olivia. I think this is a terrible idea. It would feel like, you're getting in a taxi and the meter's kind of running from the very beginning, isn't it? I mean, I suppose it depends how you work, doesn't it? But I mean, I am somebody who has to think, oh, what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I'm going to do next weekend, next month, next year, whatever. I would be through that relationship in like 7 hours and think, well, it's going to come to an end anyway. What's the point? I mean, I mean, we're talking about mindfulness with Izzy and Harry, and I have struggled. It's not my thing to stay in the moment. But if I would say one thing about, the restrictions that we've had, it's forced me to sort of say, I've had a good day, everything's fine, get up the next day, this day's been okay, carry on. And I've really struggled to do that. But to be in a relationship and think it's going to end in 7 years, I might as well not get into it in the first place. It just wouldn't work for me.
Well, apparently she thinks it might make people cheat less. I mean, maybe a better way would be that you only have 7 years and then you have a discussion about whether you wanted to go any further, because then you'd still be making an effort, you'd be shaving your legs, you wouldn't be farting in front of each other, all that sort of stuff. Do you think, Judi?
Do you know what? A lot of people say there's that 7-year itch, isn't there? So maybe it's around that. But to be honest with you, some people are just trying to hold on to their relationship for a little 7 minutes, 7 months. Much less to have something and say, oh, I'm gonna throw it in at 7 years. No, that's not how life goes, is it? It's not reality.
But those bad habits do leak into your relationship. That you do get too comfortable.
But we all know
Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing as being too comfortable with the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with?
I think if you're with the wrong person, that's what I think, actually.
But then it's not going to work anyway.
Exactly. So when people go, oh, that's too comfortable, like Mark and I are just so ridiculously comfortable with each other. And I know a lot of people would look at that and say, ooh. But actually, I think it's because we're the right people. So
The one thing I look forward to in a relationship is getting to that stage where you don't have to shave your legs anymore. You know how much effort it is right at the beginning where you're like, oh, I better smell like amazing perfume and be fully bald everywhere and, like, speak nicely, eat nicely. It's exhausting. I find that part of the relationship the worst. You know, people go, oh, I love that first minute, like the first few weeks or whatever, the honeymoon period. I find that excruciating. It's when I can really sit there and plait my leg hairs in front of them that I am happy.
Just think you'll be having a real honeymoon period. You'll have to reverse and start shaving and stuff again, won't you?
Yeah. No, don't be silly.
But you put your best self forward at the beginning anyway. After probably at 7 years, that's when you really started to get to know somebody. And things and circumstances change. So, listen, I'll take anything.
I think it's something that young people say, very young people, because I remember I always used to say, I'm not getting married unless I get married 10 times, when I was a teenager. That's what, and I'll be bored and I want to move on. And I think that's right. I think that after that 7 years, that's when you start to find acceptance.
Yeah.
It's accepting, Yes, that irritates me, but that's part of him. Yes, that drives me mad about her, but I love her anyway. And then for me, that's when it becomes meaningful. Look at Kaye nodding away there. Away.
I agree with you completely on this one, I do. But I don't agree with you on the uncontrollable penis. I'm still a big fan of that.
She's going to go to bed dreaming of that tonight.
Honestly, that penis is going to haunt me